when I went down to the house,
your parents' house.
When I went down to the house where where she was supposed to be, and it was there was a lot of energy there to where the people that live there have actually murdered my husband's cousin, and they were never convicted.
All right, I have a very hard question to ask you, and please don't. I'm not asking disrespectfully, or I'm just asking this question because we're all here to find your daughter. Do you feel as if your mom is responsible for your daughter being missing?
Yeah.
Do you feel as if your mom is harming your daughter?
I have paperwork to prove that she was.
And not to be disrespectful, I would like to know what that looks like. Is that harming her in a way of sacrificing things? Like I showed you those blood things and...
Yeah, okay, so my mom was actually throwing my daughter Arden as a punishment.
Wait, what did you say?
As a punishment that she would do to Arden, would spank her about until she was bruised, and also throw her in a cold shower. And my mom is greedy. She's very fucking greedy. All she sees is a paycheck.
Paycheck from who?
When she looks at my kids, that's all she sees is a paycheck. It's a free paycheck.
What does that mean? Why would she get a paycheck for holding your kids?
She actually went after Aaron and I separately and tried to get child support from both of us. And I just went to support, and I told him, fuck no, I'm not paying this because I'm still married to him and he shouldn't have to pay nothing.
Have you ever seen your mom? Were you raised when you were raised by your parents, correct?
I was raised by my dad.
Okay, and where was your mom?
Out whoring around and going back and forth to Arizona and back to Montana.
Okay. Were you raised in a family that believes in the resurrection and all this stuff that the kids, are sacrificed for this? I'm trying to get to a point here.
I wasn't, but when I raised my sister, because my mom was gone for the whole time, I was still in high school and everything, and my sister Kimberly, she actually went through that phase, and she still had books on it. And then when I searched deeper, when Arden went missing, her boyfriend Hawks actually
does what?
He believes into that.
So, another tough question. What does that look like? Like, tell me about that? What does that look like in comparison to the elements that we are seeing? Where does that play, and how do the elements play into that kind of a typical storyboard?
So I was talking to my husband about it because, it didn't make sense to me.
Correct.
And I just kind of threw it out there, and I was like, and I almost wanted to start laughing until I caught myself, and then my husband was like, what? And I was like, do you think she was sacrificed to where that they can get away with everything? Do you think that's the reason why your cousin was killed and then Arvin went missing? I was like, do you think that they have to do that?
How old was
every now and then?
How old was his cousin?
I can't remember. But
young?
Yeah, I think
approximately
was in high school or something like that. Yeah. But he was actually stabbed in front of our grocery store in town. They knew who did it, but nothing happened. And that's the same family.
So I know intuitively, I know you have a picture in your mind right now. Don't be afraid to speak, and don't be afraid to speak what you think you see, because I have been showing this for a year. When you say, do you think our daughter was sacrificed? What is it that you see was done to her? What does that look like to you? Slowly, slowly. Take a deep breath. Just slowly. Just close your eyes. Just close.
I know what it looks like. It just, I've never told my husband.
I think you have to speak it. It's very important to the children's story. It's very important to these children who are trying to get justice and they need their story told. And you are right now a vehicle to do that. So I would really love to see what you see in your brain. It's very important.
And
wait, go back. But what does that look like?
They raped her.
Okay. Who's they?
It's Hawks, his brother, my sister, his auntie, her husband, and his cousin, who's a girl too.
All of them raped her. Is that part of the sacrifice?
It's just the beginning.
From there, what happened to her? It's okay. It's okay. Just take deep breaths. Just take deep breaths and put yourself in the eyes of the children as if you're speaking for them. You're speaking for them. It needs to be told. It's the only way they get justice. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes as if you're in a room by yourself and just speak. You could do it. You could do this.
They would actually keep them alive for a while. It's like, I don't know. It seems like it's like 3 days or I don't know. But like you said, they were getting gifts and that's why they.
Okay, back up. Wait, back up. When you say they kept them alive, how are they keeping them alive? What do they look like and what are they going through? During those 3 days, what is happening?
They're under something.
Under, what does that mean? What does that look like?
It's dark. There's dirt.
Are they under the ground or are you saying under something medicated?
There's only one way out.
Okay, let's back up. We understand your daughter went through a horrific rape. Then where did they bring her and what did they do?
I can't see where they actually bring her.
What do you mean it's under dirt?
The ground is dirt. It's soft. It's almost like it's black dirt.
Is her body under the dirt? Is her head under the dirt?
No, she actually can crawl. Just like in a small area. They gave her a blanket, a doll.
They gave her a blanket and a doll?
And she's in pajamas.
Blanket, doll, and PJs. Is she by herself or is she with other children?
There's like 2 of the children.
There's 3 of them together?
There's a boy. There's... I want to see a girl because her head is shaved.
Her head is shaved?
Yeah. Like they, I don't know, they try to disguise it because my daughter's hair is not that color.
So they put them in this hole with mud, with a blanket, a doll, and pajamas. During those 3 days, what are they doing to them?
They have them like
Dance?
Yeah, like almost like they get a kick out of it.
So right now I see a very, very small area. I can't understand where they're dancing. Are they dancing in that area, or do they take them out of that area?
Yeah, they took them out. They're in the house. They're in the house.
At night, do they go in back into the mud hole?
They would just take them back and forth because they would be drinking and would be doing some kind of drug that it looks like mess.
Are the kids drugged?
They would actually give them the alcohol thing. And see, I only see 3 days, but the other 2 kids were there the longest.
I'm going to just ask you to just speak up a little bit. I'm so sorry. What do you mean the other 2 kids were longer?
It seems like they were more comfortable. So that, because Arden is still scared. But then, I don't know, she asked Hawks if she can eat. And it looked like she grabbed a baggie. And I think she might have thought it was salt. And then after that, it's like she really got like sick, and she's laying in the back of this rig. And he just told him, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it now. And
what is this? Do what? What does this look like? What did they do to the kids?
Oh man, it's so graphic what they do.
I really want to hear. It's okay. This is what's happening.
I really can't.
What?
I really can't.
You can't?
I can't say it.
You're going to take a deep breath and close your eyes and go within yourself and just speak your truth. You're speaking for your daughter. Speak it. This is why I found you. This is why I'm on the phone with you. It will be very healing. with or without your husband, this is going to be exposed. So this is a very big moment for you. This moment is about you choosing justice for your daughter or justice for your husband. You need to get justice for your daughter and speak the truth. It's a very big moment in your life right now. It's a very big moment.
I don't want to get justice if my husband finds out.
The story has to be told. Your husband, I don't know your husband. What I'm asking is, don't tell me through art, and tell me what you saw, what happens to those children. What do you mean by we have to do it now? Do they put them in a river? Do they kill them? Do they chop them up? What do they do? You're not going to tell me anything that I don't know. Nothing. It's not going to be surprising to me. All it's going to do is give me an affirmation that that is what they're doing. I'm not here to protect anybody. I'm here to give children their voice. I don't care who's guilty. I don't care if your husband's guilty. I have nothing to do with that. I don't care if I ever meet him. I don't care. You are here to close your eyes, go within, speak the truth about what's happening to those children. You've come far. They make them do what?
They make them lay down.
Okay, so they make them lay down where?
In a circle.
Circle surrounded by like that group?
Yeah.
Okay. It's okay. Keep going.
They each take a trophy, like a piece of her hair or
so
something of her.
They each take something of her. How do they do that? What does that look like?
Excuse me.
Just take deep breaths. I can't hear you. So they take turns, they take trophies from her. Some take pieces of hair. What else do they take from her?
Skin.
They take skin. What else do they do? Do they take bones? They take fingers. Okay, you're doing great. They take fingers. Okay. Are they taking this for what okay, so let me back up before I even ask you that. They take fingers. What are they doing with the things that they're taking? They're praying to it or something?
Yeah.
Are the children sedated, or are they wanting them to feel the pain?
They're sedated.
So they're sedated. Are they already passed on, or are they still sort of alive? Alive. So once they do this circle, is this a circle? Does this circle include that green face that I showed you?
Yeah.
Tell me about that green face. What is that?
In our culture, it would be a demon. It would be a child demon.
You need to talk a little louder. It would be what?
A demon?
So they would have a demon. What would be the purpose of having a green faced demon within their they have it above their circle? What's the purpose of that?
When they're doing,
Pardon me?
you know, when they have them lay down and they slowly take trophies, it arises the demon. And it's a child demon.
They arise the child, so that brings the demon out of the child?
No, actually, the demon is a child.
So is that green face is that a child's face?
It once was.
So the green face is an actual human face?
Every time the scene comes up, that demon comes, changes.
So is that a real human's face and they make it green?
It wants to be an adult.
The demon wants to be an adult. So after they take trophies, what are they doing next? And you have to speak a little louder.
They make them walk and just keep walking.
They have to walk after this is all taken off of them. Do they take arms off?
And some of the kids, yes.
Okay. Would it be fair to say that sometimes they cut them down into just a torso?
Yes.
So
It's depending on what they want. Because every time that
can you talk? You got to talk a little louder. I'm so sorry. Yeah.
Every time they take a trophy, they each want something from, helping out, and it's I don't know how to explain it. Like, like fortune.
I think you have to speak a little louder. Your voice is starting to fade because you're going into a lot of information. Try super hard. So they could, once they take it, where does that body go, whatever's left of it?
In a box.
So whatever's left of the body sits in a box. Is that the maroon box? What box are they sitting in?
Either maroon or red.
Maroon or red. So they're in a circle. They take what they believe to be trophies, and then what's left of them goes in a box. What?
They bury it.
They
don't know where it's at.
They bury it, and they know where it's at.
Yes, so they can read it.
Oh, you gotta speak up. It is so they could.
Visit.
So they could visit it.
Yeah.
So when I showed you the picture of all those maroon boxes that I saw down under in the tunnel, are those all the maroon boxes in there that were the children?
Yes.
So if you look at your husband's video and you play it slowly, what's behind your husband are all those maroon boxes. That's the room. That's the room that you would have to bring the FBI. Right?
Yeah.
That's the room that you have to bring them to. They don't want to hear the story. The story's very hard to tell. And let me tell you something. You have a lot of courage that you're even up here speaking. I give you a lot of courage because it takes a lot of strength and it takes a lot of courage to be speaking. A lot. And you have no idea how much I appreciate it. And you have no idea how long I have been seeing these visions within my third eye. So when you speak, there's nothing that you have said that is a shocker to me. Nothing. You're speaking the truth, and this is the story. In order to move this forward, because I don't know if they called you yet, but I want to be the one to go with you. I already told Salt Lake City FBI, I spoke to them. I get the story and I get to go with.
Yep.
Is this the room that is on your parents' property, or is this the one that's by all those pictures that you just showed us? Okay. So is it fair to say that this is sort of like almost like not a hereditary, like a belief in which came from your mother's side?
I honestly really think so.
How many years difference are you from your sister? Your younger sister?
Yeah.
Your baby sister?
Yeah.
How many years difference are you?
Actually, 8 years.
Yeah. So what I see is you were the worker bee in your family. So I think that you were the worker bee and you just did your business, and your sister sort of kind of was raised that way. Like she knows what this is, but you were like the worker bee. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because that's how I talk.
So do they, what is this where that mesh, where's that white mesh and the hearts come in? Like, where is that? Why are those all over the place? Is that a deep fake?
I have no idea. I because I've seen it. And like,
What, can you tell me a little bit about, if you know, what does nature and trees and twigs have anything to do with this? Does this have anything to do with resoiling the surface of the earth?
yes, because
Oh, we have to speak up. You definitely have to speak up.
yes, it's what we do when we ranch.
When you ranch?
Yeah, we own a big ranch up here.
So when you ranch, are they reusing any of like the human remains? Like human fluids to help the earth?
They give them to pigs, and then they're dropping off the pigs.
So they give them to the animals to eat?
Yeah, whatever's in that pen, that's what will make your grass and everything grow a little bit more.
Okay, so that makes sense because in spirit world, the children, especially Summer Moon Wells, consistently says about animals. Does that make sense?
Yeah, because my daughter keeps saying chicken.
The chickens? Do they work with turkeys?
No, but we do have chickens.
You chickens. So, were you the worker bee who helped feed the animals?
Yep. I was actually, like, I always made a joke of it because it's just funny because my dad and we're all girls.
Mm-hmm. That's funny.
I was like, yeah, I should have been the boy, but
No, you're a good girl. You're a good woman. You are. So basically, the pigs would have the evidence of DNA, some sort.
yep.
And that's what they're putting in the ground.
Yeah.
Is that do they use sticks? Like what is that? What's with the sticks and the tubes?
That's how we make the pen.
Make the what?
Pen? Where the pigs are.
Oh. Are the pens kept by where, like, basically those boxes are?
Yeah.
They have to be close by.
Like I said, we own one of the biggest ranches here. It's not just one property.
Yeah, you have a very large property.
Yes.
So are the boxes just put randomly in places that are going to be able to fertilize the land?
Yes.
So would that make sense that other farms would do the same thing?
Yeah, because we actually ranch we help out some of the smaller ones.
Do you help out any of the farms in Tennessee?
That part, I don't know. We have my cousin, well, he's almost like my brother.
which is the trucking business, is that ran out of Wyoming?
They travel. Let's just say that they travel a lot of places.
So when they travel, what are they traveling with? Are they traveling with those boxes?
Animals, and some of them are boxes. But I never looked into it.
So his trucking company would help with the transportation to bring to the other farms.
Yeah.
What's the name of his company?
Fitzpatrick Trucking.
What?
Fitzpatrick Trucking.
Fitzpatrick?
Yeah.
They're just based in Wyoming.
No, they're based in Browning. They keep it small to her.
Well, yeah, they don't want to get too big.
Yeah. It's all family that does it.
Well, most of these farms that I have checked out, they're all family owned. And it's very deep family ties that I think they do the same thing.
Yeah,
I think they do the same thing.
yeah, because his brother is the CEO of one of the biggest companies here.
Your brother, no,
My cousin's brother.
Oh, your cousin's brother. What company is that? Is that like a farming company?
No, it's actually it's multiple. They own a casino, they own a hotel, they own gas stations, they own the internet, they own cables, they own the water.
Who is that?
Saeed Communications.
Saeed?
Yeah.
So this is pretty protected.
Yep.
So you have Fritz company that does transporting. You have the CEO of Saeed. Well, I guess that's the fight. That's and this is, I see that.
Now you know what kind of fight I'm up to.
You're not going to have to fight. It's not going to be a fight. They're the only ones that are going to have the fight. You will be in your most calm place in your body because there's no fight once you surrender to it. Your fight's over. That's the beautiful thing about telling the truth. Your fight, there's no fight. You have surrendered to the fight. You have been fighting this your whole life. So by you coming out and speaking, that's you surrendering. And then you have to just sit back and let everything else crumble down. Right?
Yeah. Like you said, when my daughter went missing, I lost my whole fucking family. They go all fucking burning out.
So, is it fair to say that you probably believe that your daughter is gone?
Yeah.
Do you feel as if the other children are going through the same thing that I brought up to you?
I think the older ones are being kept alive and being shipped around.
They're probably being shipped around through this Fritz company.
It wouldn't even matter if it was that company or not. We're only about 50 miles away from the Canada border.
Yeah, I know. You're right underneath Vancouver. Probably not. You know what? Law enforcement these days, they've really just, it's just very difficult for anyone to take anything seriously.
Yeah, well, ours is just fucking lazy as fuck.
Yeah. Have you ever done anything? Because, you know, it's interesting. Don Wells is always in Utah. That's what I'm, you know, and he does construction. He's a plaster guy, and he, for very, very large houses. And he's always plastering houses, and I always thought that he was using some of this shit in his plaster.
That's what I was thinking too.
So I feel as if, like, you know, I don't know if that makes sense to you. You know more of the process, but I always felt like there's something with his plaster, because, you know, it makes no sense to me. And what? And would they build things and keep people within their houses, you think? Other people?
There's actually, you know, believe it or not, there's actually a lot of them that actually do that here. And the law enforcement knows about it, but they don't give a shit because it's either their cousin or, you know, their sister. You know, they just
Wow.
so fucking stupid.
When they build these in the houses, what do those houses look like? At least the ones that you know. Like, where is it that they're? I have a vision. I'm asking because I have been focused in on between the walls. Like, I watched what they do, and it's like they put like lumber, and then they like keep these open spaces. I can't explain it. Like, and it's like between the space between the two walls where the two walls aren't meeting.
Yeah. You know, actually, when I was younger, I was always dreaming that.
Yeah, it's like it's spaces, you know, like how you would share like a ceiling with the upstairs, but you're not. There's like a space between.
Yeah.
So where do we go from here? There has to be a way that you would need to call. I already talked to them, but I would think that you need to go into a safe place and just wait, because they're going to come to you and you're going to walk them over to an area of importance. And from this conversation, I now see that you will know exactly where to go. What are you most comfortable with?
You know, they can call me and meet me at my house. I really don't care because I'm up to the yin yang, so.
Nope, FBI has they don't have to check with anybody. They don't need anyone's approval. I already asked them. They trump everybody.
I know, but if I don't know you, I'll pull my gun.
Oh no, the FBI will never come without knowing. No, you would. They have all of your phone numbers.
Yeah.
And it has to be Salt Lake City. They have both your phone numbers, and she was creating and getting to the right person. So if you could do me a favor, just let me know when they contact you, and there will be a plan for you.
Okay.
You're a really strong woman. Did you ever think that you'd be talking about this? Yeah.
Not her.
Is this the same kind of thing as all the other got gone kids? Like, you know how like Lori Vallow did all that, and put her kids, chopped them up and put them in her backyard? Is that like the same kind of a philosophy?
Yeah, we had this one woman that actually killed her child, and she's from here, from Browning. I cannot remember her name. Erin, you remember that woman's name that killed her kid and drove around in her car with the child wrapped up in her trunk? But yeah, she killed her kid. Right. She's from Browning originally, right? But she lived in Great Falls when that happened, right? So that's about, Great Falls is about 2 hours away. She literally killed her kid and just drove around with her child in the trunk for, what was it, a month?
Oh my God.
Yep.
Wow. It's pretty much for someone to get to the point to be able to put a child in a circle, and it's very much brainwashing.
And, you know, there was this case. I just found it. I shared it on my Facebook, but it's about this little girl. So Great Falls is 2 hours away from us.
Mm-hmm.
But what the hell is her name? She was a little younger. But no, remember that little girl that CPS had, and that they never checked on her, and then
oh, and she was in the stairway?
Yeah, and like in that room.
Yeah, I said that looked very
murdered.
She was under the stairway. Is that the one you're talking about? Stuck between the stairs and the floor?
Oh, not that story. This one just like just released. She was only like 3-4 years old, and she was in the custody of her uncle, auntie, and the grandmother kept trying to tell CPS to check on the child, but I guess the child was tortured and killed in the room, and like right above the doorway. It's like in that picture, you know how you go down. Well, it's like the same thing in that house, and it said murder right above the door in red.
Yeah, I've seen that many times. I've seen that.
Yeah, but yeah, she was tortured, and then she was finally killed, and the father was in Afghanistan, and I guess he was trying to talk to CPS while he was over there, trying to get his daughter removed.
Wow.
And they never did. And the CPS worker, she hasn't gone to jail yet.
That's crazy. Well, that's the world we're living in, you see. I mean, this is a major problem. No one's checking on their neighbor. They just aren't.
Yeah, and it's like that house is just, it really broke my heart because the scene, it was just, if CPS actually did their job like they were supposed to, that child would have never have went in that house because it was filthy. I mean, like when they went there to take pictures of the house, there was, like diapers, and, she was still in diapers.
Yeah, they're little babies.
Yeah, and, you know, it'd be, you know, shit in her diapers, and it's just in her bed. Like, she had to sleep on a broken bed, like a taller bed.
Mm.
Oh, here it is. October is her name. She was 2 years old.
October?
October.
Wow.
Perez.
Oh my. I could hear in your voice that you have a sense of relief. I do. I do.
But when I looked at the photos, it was just, trust me, you'll get it.
You've seen a lot. Your eyes have seen a lot.
Here, let me share this to you. I'll send it a message.
Yeah.
Because, are we friends under Dana?
What?
No, I said, are we friends under Dana?
Urbana. No, I don't even, like, I have a Facebook up I don't even do Facebook.
Okay, I'll send it a messenger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I don't build that up at all. I don't have the energy to do it all. I stopped. I had to just stick with one social media. I'm too old. It's too much.
I end up in Facebook jail a lot because I just say a lot of shit.
Well, you're the godmother. The godmother needs a very good looking at. Her whole entire Facebook, her profile photo is the whole entire story. That's the first thing I said to you when I first had you on the phone. I'm like,
I know, it's so weird because she takes these random photos and she's like, it doesn't make sense.
she doesn't realize that people know what that is. And it's not legal. Like, it's like putting a picture of yourself on Facebook doing meth. Like, I said she basically, the whole entire story is in that photo.
Okay.
She should know that. Oh, you just sent it. Oh, where's my Facebook? All right. Let's see. Why is it taking so long to load? Oh. Oh, all these photos. What are they of? That girl?
The house, like, she lived in the basement. That was her bedroom.
Oh my God. Who has these photos? Her bedroom is exactly what we just looked at.
I know, see, that's why I said you would get it.
All right, I'm going to share these with my group. Let me get these. So the photos that were just sent to me basically look just like this, but it's a room that a little girl lived in. And you guys are going to know that this, wait, not now. This makes sense. As sick as it sounds, that these photos make sense. Because this is exactly what that place looks like.
Yeah.
What's with the bicycles? What is with the bicycles?
I don't know. See, that's what I was saying. Like the tarps.
Jesus. And then randomly you just see like brand new wrapping paper.
Yeah.
This could be exactly what you just showed us, like easily.
Yeah, and see, this is a crime scene.
Yeah. And as crazy as it sounds, I have been looking at pictures like this for a very long time. This could be the Wells house, easily. Wow. Yeah, this is like the photos you just sent.
And there's a red tub.
Wow. It's just like them.
I know when I first seen it, I literally almost got sick.
Wow. My gosh. Looks just like the Wells house. Oh my God, look at that little teeny baby bed.
Yeah. And did you see how they go down?
Yeah, it goes down under. They're under in the mud.
Yeah.
They're under. Jesus.
And see that the icing is like almost like stairs or like a ladder.
It's to me, this is all the same. It's all the same. It's all the same information. It's all the same people. It's all the same. They have a TV. They always have a TV.
I know.
Always have a TV. And a mattress. Blankets. Okay, let's see how much more she's talking. All right, well, our goal here is that's it. It's going towards the end. Now I'm going to explain what the fuck I just did for almost 2 hours. I wanted to put the truth out there so you guys could hear it while I was going through this video that has been one of the toughest videos to break through. So I just did a test. As I played the voice of truth, I focused in. And I wanted to get through this video so I could see each and every element correctly. I did that just now as she was coming to the end. This is the machine. Now, this picture here, this black and white one that I just put up here, comes from Benny's videos. I'm not saying who's guilty, who's not guilty, yada yada. Like I always say, I don't give a shit. I don't care who's guilty, who's not guilty, whatever. But I can tell you that the images that you just saw, because I believe full-heartedly that this is the kill zone. That this is the kill zone. And what I mean by kill zone is this is where they're trying so very, very, very hard to cover it up, but yet it really has to be shown because that's just part of what they do. They need to show this stuff. Don't know why, but if in fact the authorities ever want to stop and really look at this stuff and put some real time into it, you could go through the most important pictures like these and you could match it up so easily. I mean, I'm not an expert at video. I'm just an expert at what I do. And I know that machine there, is the machine because I've seen it way too many times. Way too many times. I believe that Summer Moon Wells is basically more in a situation in this room, and she's not in the car. And it's so crazy to me that, and I'm not talking anyone down because that's not what I like to do. I'm going to move into this and show you guys something. This photo, she's not in a car. I don't even know how many times someone has to hear that. Summer Moon Wells was put, these three pictures are put together for a reason. They say photo director, but they're put together next to each other for a reason. That chair, this is what I worked on this morning, but I wanted to see if that chair was in this room, and it is. I'll show it to you. This chair is, whoops, I don't want that whole thing. I want this. Is in fact the same chair that Candace sat in when she looked like she went limp, and it was during a sacrifice with Benny was on the phone, and Don was also in the room, obviously, and Candace was in the chair, and her arm went down like something happened. She was in this chair. This is Summer Moon Wells. This is the Summer Moon Wells that we know of. And this is the Summer Moon Wells that was sacrificed. Now, how many Summer Moon Wells are there? We don't know. But let me see if I could get back to the chair. It's right by the machine. I didn't want to stop it. I didn't want to talk during this. It's right by the machine. Let's see. So once I start talking, this is how my spirit works. It starts to show a shitload more. That's just what happens. I don't know why. But I know it happens. So let me find that chair. I think that Summer Moon Wells was in this room. She was never in a car with milk jugs. And I was so excited. I thought that Duty Ron was going to bring someone up on panel to discuss how the car photo is such bullshit. Like, that's really what I see. Something's going on over there. That's a chair. No, it was like, oh, see, look how much more stuff's coming through. Trigger warning every time I speak. Wait till you see what happens to these freaking videos when I start talking. Anyone that's new, welcome. Subscribe if you'd like. I'm going to take this off so you can see the whole thing, but I'm going to show you this chair. Look at how it's changing since I started yip-yapping. Welcome to WCIA Network. Sorry if the sound was horrific in the beginning. Truthfully, for me, it was more about the spirits hearing the words and them knowing that we're all together listening. And then you guys, the more that you saw it, the better it was. And it took almost 2 hours to pop that video open. It's been a long time for me. I've been looking at the same scene, but knowing that there's more underneath it. I just let you guys speak, within yourselves, and it was fabulous. The energy in there was great. It worked. It worked. The energy was great. I feel as if all of you guys in chat really did well for the spirits, and nothing, not, you may be able to say something, but they feel very comfortable right now. There's a comfort level, and I feel that. So with that being said, we are going to break this shit open. Okay, let me see where the chair is. Holy cow. See what happens? Thank you to my spirits. It's cracking right open. It's all opening up. That's what happens. I know I was brazen. Oh, the truth prevails, yada, 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 blah, 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 blah. I'm like, yeah. Until you get older and you live by it, you see the difference between those that live by it and those who don't, right? And this is called truth, and the truth of spirit. You could call it God, you could call it Jesus, you call it whatever you want. I call it my spirit guides, and I have learned through Summer Moon Wells, the more I speak my truth and live my truth and speak her truth and tell her journey and speak about it and speak out loud for her, they just give a little bit more. They give a little bit more. They want their story told, you guys, but they need it told in a safe haven, in a safe environment. That it's not going to be about the guilty, that we're not going to turn it into everything that will overpower them getting their story out. Their story has to be told, but there's so many people that are involved. It's not their purpose. It's not their purpose to throw them all in jail. These children want justice. These children want it stopped so it won't continue in the future. They want their story told. They want their story spread worldwide. And that's why they're sharing their story and having me document it. If they feel very safe over here, and they're not, because of them, I don't really give a shit. I don't give a shit. I'm not getting into the drama of who's guilty, who's not guilty. That's not what they want over here. And it's been hard for these spirits to find that kind of a safe place for them. There's so much torment for them every time they go try to speak to others. It goes in the wrong direction for them. Because they're not saying, find who did this to me. Because there's so many Summer Wells missing children out there. It's not go find who did this to me. It's go stop who's doing this to them. To stop the chain of events. Like to stop this shit. Like to stop it. They're not sitting out there saying, oh my God, go throw Candace and Don in jail. You know what? Who gives a flying fuck? I'd rather have them, not me rather, I would now rather, because I'm being directed by these angels, right? They would rather have them watch on TV the truth being told and the disgusting shit and freaking ugly, darkest things that you can imagine that they preyed upon children and did to them. They would much rather have their story out in the open worldwide than know that someone's sitting in jail saying nothing and this continues. They don't want it continued. That's their purpose, is to stop it for the future of the children, the future generation, future of our world, future of the children. Throwing Don and Candace and whoever is, part of this in jail isn't going to do it. Yeah, it'll serve justice because that's what whoever the guilty soul may be. I don't know who it is. There's so many. They will cross over into a peaceful world, into a peaceful heaven, when they know that their story is getting justice and stopping it for the future of the children. It needs to be told. That's what we're doing here at WCIA Network. I bring up a name, I say this, and I say, oh, I got this picture from so-and-so. So be it. I don't really care if it was deep faked in there or whose it is. I don't care. That comes from the children. They don't give a shit. They want their story out there and to be recognized as their story. To be recognized that these children went through all of this. All of it. I show you, I have a, let me see if I have it. I pulled it to the side. I have a picture, and I'll leave you on this one. Before I say anything, I really should look for it. Oh, I think I saved it. Wait. These children went through all of it. The machine that you're seeing looks like this. This, I have been showing a video of this. This is Benny. That's an eyeball. It pricks the freaking eyeballs out. Now, is that really Benny? I don't know, and I don't care. But is this a real equipment that the children say are part of their story? Hell yeah. This is part of their story. It is. This is the same piece of equipment that I showed you is shadowed on his clothing, shadowed in all the other areas. This stupid little thing that you would think that you just wouldn't recognize, it's the machine. It's the machine. So we don't care here who's behind it, who's doing it. They will go down as the story is told, and they will go down as justice prevails. This, to me, was one of the most important videos to see all the elements, and they're here. I matched them all up with your guys' help by just watching and being open-minded and just watching, right? This is what it is. Take it for whatever you want. I'm going to just keep being an open vehicle for these kids to say, you need to go open up that, that video again. You missed it. Or, put the picture down of me in that chair because that was my last photo that I took with my parents. Like I have to be open for that. Hey, look at me again in the car seat. I'm not in the goddamn car seat. Like, open your fucking eyeballs, guys. She's not in a car seat. She's not in the car. But, oh my God, Duty Ron, I think you do a great job, but you just spent time on a photo that we all, if you're not paying attention, everything is covered up. Everything is deep fake. If we know everything is a deep fake, why the hell would you think that the car isn't? That the car just is her just, falling asleep. She just conked out. Look at the picture. Every photo is different of the car. Every one of them. There's a reason. It were way, way past the conversation, is she alive or dead in the picture? It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We want to know where she is. And she's not in a car. And this conversation is just so old. Gotta really, you guys, really, really push the envelope. Push the envelope. And that's what I have to say. I might come on later. I do have a presentation that I never got through. But this helped move things forward as far as spirits go. Really, really did. And this is what we do here at WCIA. That's it. I match him up, and this room continuously shows the whole situation. He's not in a room. His head is in some freaking hole in the ground. And that's the stuff I'll go over next time I'm on. All right, you guys. That's it. That's it until later. Thank you all for joining. Thank you to my members, my subscribers. Thank you very much. This was like, you have to have a little patience for this one. It was a little confusing, but I felt like I just had to get this up there to see the truth come out. I wanted to see and make sure that was the equipment, and it is. God bless you. Thank you very much, and I will let you know when I'm on tonight. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later. God bless you.